All right, so before I start this video, I wanted to say thank you for your likes, your support, those who subscribed and dropped a comment in my previous video. So if you have been following what is happening in Nigeria, you would have probably come across arguably the most talked about conversation happening, and that has to do with the health of Mr. Ibu. So for those of us who grew up in Nigeria, he was very inspiring. He is a superstar. Everything about him, so much fun, highly talented when it comes to comical movies and so on and so forth. So a few days ago, let me just get right into it. A few days ago, there's this guy called Omokri. He basically was trending online using the health of Mr. Ibu. He was lambasted by Kanayo, who also is a Nigerian movie star, right? He's a superstar as well. So he basically came online and lambasted Omokri, basically saying that nobody should be trending on the health of a fellow citizen. So I went online and I saw so many artists, and kudos to all of them. They were sharing videos, posting, soliciting help for Mr. Ibu, which it was incredible, right? It was beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. Now, that obviously elicited a lot of conversation. People were offering their comments, so much opinion online. And this was also on Arise Television. So I took time to read thousands of comments. I really did. But one of the things that really stood out to me, surprisingly, was the fact that nobody was talking about the system. Okay? People were offering all kinds of insults and name calling. If you didn't want to support or donate, citizens were attacking fellow citizens. And that was stunning to me. Nobody was mentioning the system. And that got me to a point where I started asking questions. Year after year, time after time, we see Nigerian celebrities forsake, come online, solicit for help from their fellow citizens, especially those who are vulnerable. But nobody's asking questions about our leadership. That was stunning to me. In America, they have Nollywood stars. They have superstars. But you hardly come online to see them soliciting help. They have kidney transplant. They go through amputation. They have cancer. Why is that? The answer is very simple. There's something called an insurance system that whenever you are sick, it gets activated. I have one. So that is what I wanted people to actually think about. Number two, there's a sense of entitlement syndrome in our country. That when you do not donate money, you're evil. It is not the duty and responsibility of a fellow Nigerian to take care of Mr. Ibu. I love him to death, and if I see how I can donate legitimately, I will do so. But there's a certified body given the responsibility to save lives and properties. Even as a child, I've been hearing that the primary duty of a government is to save lives and properties. We're talking about Mr. Ibu today because of his popularity. If he was a nobody, nobody would be talking about him. There are millions of people in the hospital bed in our country, and nobody's talking about him. So it is high time our people began to ask fundamental questions. Why is nobody mentioning government that is busy shipping billions of dollars outside the shores of our country? They just passed the bill to buy cars for 150 billion US dollars. Nobody's asking questions. We flex our muscle when it comes to our fellow citizen. Why is that? Again, do not get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with fellow citizens helping one another out. But there's a difference between asking and demanding. There's a difference between soliciting help and making it the duty of your fellow citizen, who, by the way, is in the same shoes as you are. $1, 1,000 naira as of today. So let's distinguish generosity from responsibility. And until we begin to channel the pressure, apply the pressure to the right people, asking them a question. Why is it that year after year, it is our own celebrities who come online, forsake, and begin to seek help? And if you don't help, you are the devil. But there's a government, again, whose primary responsibility is to protect lives and properties. I'll give you an example. Imagine you live in Lekki and fire happens. You built a house of 100 million naira and you go from such a house to homelessness. That is what is happening. There has to be an insurance system that ensures that whenever you are sick, you get help. This has nothing to do with Mr. Ibu. This has everything to do with every sick individual in the country who has been neglected by the system. Why are we quick to hold fellow citizens responsible, but we chicken out when it comes to the government? So I just wanted to leave you with those questions to ponder on your own and think about it. Because we are applying, anytime there's a teachable moment, there's a watershed moment where people begin to ask questions. Why is the road to my village dilapidated? Why are the hospitals not functioning? Why am I sitting home while the government cannot pay the schools? We're not asking those questions. But what you see online are thousands of conversations where citizens turn against one another. And I have always said it to those who are close to me, and I'll say it publicly. The biggest felon in Nigeria is not the politicians, it's not the leadership. It's the fact that a struggling Igbo man has not managed to unite with a poor Yoruba woman and an unemployed Hausa youth. Why do we struggle to unite around the commonalities that we all share? Again, I maintain, it is not the duty of fellow Nigerians to rescue Mr. Ibu. You can help him out from the depth of your heart, from the kindness of your heart. But it's not your duty. It's the duty of the government to create a health insurance policy that takes care of you whenever you are sick. Thank you.